By the way, hello everyone and welcome to Monday, the first Monday that Mao is off work, which is nice. I'm driving the van, which probably seems unusual. We had to take care of a few things today with my parents. One of the things that we needed the van for was to buy this bike that I looked at the other day. We got it, we did good. And Mao got one too, which was cool. Mao is very hot. Look how hot Mao is. Mao made something incredible for dinner. You guys gotta check this out. They are little ham and cheese sandwiches. They're amazing, and we're gonna eat them all up. And if we don't, we'll eat some of them tomorrow. The other thing we're doing is watching the WWDC keynote presentation because we were gone all day, so we didn't get a chance to see it. So we're gonna watch it now for dinner, and that's what the vlog is going to be about today. E3? I don't know anything about it. We'll talk about that tomorrow. For now, Apple conference. OS 10, they ran out of cats. And they were going to do Sea Lion, and then they did Maverick. Sea Lion actually sounds pretty great, but okay, sure, Mavericks. Not a whole lot to say about that. There was a few new features here and there. I was like, okay, yeah, all right. They finally delivered the news that I had been waiting on for a long freaking time. New Mac Pros. New Mac Pros. I was really interested to see what they were going to do with the Mac Pro because I had heard so many rumors that they were going to be redesigning it, and I wanted to know how. And then they showed a picture of a trash can and said, this is the new Mac Pro, and it does. It actually looks a lot like a trash can. They lifted up the thing, and you know, it was cylindrical, and I'm like, okay, I mean, I know that there is reasoning behind what they do. You know, they're not stupid. You know, they are a huge company. They make a piss load of money, and they do know what they're doing. I don't always agree with that, with what Apple does, either, you know, from a hardware or software standpoint. But for the most part, I do. But seeing the trash can on screen was a little confusing. This is still a professional piece of hardware. Mac Pros are used all over the place for professional applications, whether it be video editing or you know, audio production, etc. And you have external or internal, like cards, like the Blackmagic Intensity Pro that you would have to put in it. So I don't even know where that stuff would go. And what scared me the most is when they showed me a picture of the current Mac Pro next to the new Mac Pro. The thing is an eighth the size. It's amazing. You know, I thought the Mac Mini was a small computer, and this Mac Pro is legitimately the size of a trash. It's smaller than a trash can. Like, it kind of blew my mind. But it also made me really worried because I was like, okay, well, where do the extra hard drives go? Do they fit in that thing? Is there going to be an expansion bay? The iMac is a very powerful computer. It's a very capable computer. A lot of pros use iMacs now. But then there's a level above that, my level, where I need something much more powerful than an iMac. And the only thing that's going to deliver that kind of power outside of my Hackintosh is a Mac Pro. So I am a potential customer for a Mac Pro because I've always wanted an official Mac desktop. I have a MacBook, and I've had, you know, a bunch of iOS devices, which we're going to get to in a minute. Oh my god. But I've always wanted a Mac Pro, and the cost has always kept me away and kept me building Hackintoshes. But This is a big deal. This is a big change, and I don't quite get it yet, but they're also not available yet, and we're going to be learning more this year, and supposedly they're going to be releasing later this year, so we'll learn more then, I guess. iOS 7 looks fantastic. Every single feature that they went over, it's just really great improvements. There was also a small section in the show about iWork, and I mean, I don't want to praise the entire conference because there was definitely some times where I was like, okay. The biggest time was whenever they came up and they were talking about iWork, and there were some interesting things that they talked about and interesting new features. But then they showed iWork running in a browser, which is neat. Except that we've had Google Docs for like 5 years, and it was just funny because they kept playing it up like, do you see this? This is in a browser, and I'm like, okay. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah, we've been able to do that for a long time. And we've been gone all day because we got bikes and stuff today. And I knew that all of this was going on, and I knew I wouldn't get a chance to watch it till tonight. And it's so funny because, you know, everyone I am following on Twitter is just talking about E3. You know, everyone's a gamer. and they're just following E3. I haven't watched a thing about E3, and it's not that I don't care. I just care about WWDC a lot more. And Dan was the only one that had posted about the Worldwide Developer Conference, and he said, "Man, iOS 7, fall, get here." And I was excited when I read that tweet earlier. I was like, I can't wait to see this event and see what they have done with iOS. So, too long didn't read version. There's a new OS 10 coming out, and it's like, okay, they added a few things. All right. Still my favorite operating system. I do love OS 10. There's a few other programs they talked about, blah, blah, blah. The Mac Pros, weird, but something new. I don't know. And obviously the best in show was iOS, because the upgrades that it has received, once again, just from an artist's standpoint, just from a design standpoint, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. And functionality is very important, and the phone is incredibly functional as well. A lot of the things like the control center, we can swipe up and you have easy access to things. There's a flashlight like right there. Just really stuff that you don't think that you need, and then once it's there, you're like, oh, that makes sense. Those are all of my thoughts on WWDC. Mal pretty much feels the same on all of these issues. Let me know what you thought. If you haven't seen it, you can go over to apple.com and you can watch the entire keynote. It's about 2 hours long, so it's pretty long. But if I were you, I would just fast forward to the iOS part and just watch that. Watch the 40-minute iOS thing at the end. I like the products. I do. I really do. And I don't consider myself an Apple fanboy, but I know a good product when I see it. And that is why I've been using OS 10 for 6 years this month. I love it. I really do. Anyway, talk about WD-40 and WWDC. And as always, let's meet back tomorrow, shall we? Hopefully, fingers crossed, if it doesn't rain, we'll be able to actually get some use out of our bikes tomorrow, which is exciting. And I will try to catch up as much as I can on E3 stuff tomorrow and report on that. So if you are a very nerdy gamer person, you don't care about Apple products, that's fine. I'm going to try and tailor the vlog to you guys tomorrow. So once again, thanks for watching. See you guys tomorrow. You're going to Pirate's Voyage.
What?
Yep.
What?
We're going to Pirate's Voyage. We have tickets.
Oh my gosh.
Who's excited?
Yes.
Who's excited?
Yes.
That's right. Climbing up, getting keys. Open, please. Give to me. Key. Can you say key, children?